Our first guest first handed his underwater camera at the age of 16, though he started diving before he even hit puberty. Decades later, he is still a passionate photographer, and the element of doing things just at the edge characterizes how he gets his images. His photography has won awards, notably the Palme d'Or at Antibes Festival for his co-authored book, Anilaw in 2000. His 2016 book, Black Water, Open Blue, encompasses images taken in open ocean either at night or during the day. This publication was awarded the Underwater Book of the Year at the Underwater Photographer of the Year competition in the UK in 2017. Please welcome Scott Gutsy Tuason. Hi Gutsy, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me on
Wow.
the on this webinar, I guess.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time. Now, we also have with us today a multi-award winning underwater photographer and marine cinematographer. He has represented the Philippines in numerous international shootouts, and his images are constantly used by the Department of Tourism to promote diving. He has filmed for award-winning documentaries concerning oceans, international lifestyles, programs, and short films focusing on conservation. He is also the only Fujifilm digital influencer specializing in the inaugural Women Divers Hall of Fame in 2000. This elite group includes pioneers, leaders, innovators, and world record holders in the international diving community. She is an internationally published photographer, author, lecturer, ocean advocate, adventurer, and leader in dive travel. She specializes in underwater, nature, travel, and environmental images. She has been diving and photographing in the Philippines 2 to 3 months a year since 1975. Having dived over 264 islands, she has become an expert on diving in the Philippines and often works with the Philippine Department of Tourism. She was a consultant to the John G. Shedd Aquarium of Chicago's Spectacular Wild Reef exhibit. This permanent exhibit on Apo Island is 15,000 square feet.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
To the Bahamas, and we went in the water, and it was like I found my addiction. So I was going to quit flying and go back to Ohio and teach school. And then I decided instead of that, I was going to dive the world. And that's what I did. I flew for 40 years so that I could dive the world. And I found the Philippines in 1975, and that became my gold standard. And so everywhere I went, I would go, oh, I've got better in the Philippines.
That was a long time, 1975. How about you, Gutsy?
Well, my first my dad took up scuba diving in 1976, and then right after that, he attended an underwater wedding. I think it was Bonito Island, and he took me on his back, and I was just breathing off his extra regulator, his octopus, and so that was my first introduction to scuba diving, and I would always, after I would always go with my dad to the beach, and he would always let me finish the air in his tank at the end of the day, right? And I'd putz around there, and then finally in 1979, he actually bought me my first set of equipment, and we were actually part of a team that was, well, not me. I was just 11 years old, but we were part of a team to take these Spanish photographers who were doing a book on the Philippines. It was commissioned by San Miguel to do this book called Philippines Nature's Bounty, and there was an underwater section in it. And 1980 or 81 is when I took my junior open water. So that was pretty much my intro to diving.
So really, in your case, it runs in the blood, and of course, diving and photography. Now, how about you, Bo?
I did my first scuba dive at the age of 8, and it was a force to good kind of thing. My dad's an instructor, and I would always hang out with him when he would teach classes. And I was the kid who was pretty much everywhere, you know, going skin diving and stealing gas from his students when he was not looking. That went on for about a year until he caught me underwater at about 60 feet, and he put me in a headlock and gave me an octopus. And since then, he said that I'd have to teach you to dive properly or you're going to kill yourself.